The Yorubas restructure. The Yorubas are in power. We have not had restructure. Got power. They didn't even touch physical, much more federalism.
Thank you for joining us once again. And what we have is Mike Ozekhome, the very popular senior advocate of Nigeria, has written an open letter just 2 days ago that Nigeria urgently needs a restructuring. In that seminar, we saw Amechi, challenging Mike Ozekhome that Amechi should give it a break, that Nigerian solution is not total restructuring. However, in response, Ozekhome asked Amechi that is it the turn of the South in ADC or the turn of the North? And Amechi couldn't speak. Amechi was dumbfounded. At the end of the day, when he spoke, he stuttered and said, well, it is still the turn of the South. This is what we keep pointing out, that we cannot keep operationalizing a country from our head. Whatever bias, whatever sentiment we have, I stand with Mike Ozekhome with that his open letter speech that Nigeria, as a matter of urgency, must be restructured. That without restructuring, we go nowhere. That come 500 years, we will remain in this contraption where we keep bickering in tribalism, ethnic supremacy, and tension. Now, Tinubu, for me, must take a look at this. He must have a reason towards what Mike Ozekhome has said, because these were the people who, alongside Tinubu, fought for democracy. They were all members of NADECO. NADECO, which is the National Democratic Coalition, or whatever the name was, these were the body that stood against the military regime within the period of 1993, just immediately after the annulment of the June 1993 election. They stood firmly against Babangida and Abacha until the demise of Abacha in 1998. Mike Ozekhome, who was one of the legal minds, him and Femi Falana, together they stand on the same thing, that Nigeria must be restructured. I mean, these are elite, these are learned colleagues, these are our elders who have seen that if we fail as a people to tell ourselves the truth on the way forward, then we will always find ourselves in the same mistake. And they have said, which I agree, that doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is nothing but madness. Shall I say that we are all mad? Because if we will have presidents since 1999, from South, from North, from South, and now North, then South, for them not to agree that we indeed need to have a constitutional review, reform, and renewal so that we can push forward as a people. If we cannot get to that point, then I will agree that what we've had in many years and currently are just mad leaders. Because how do we intend to move forward when we know that the ethnic tension is there? Take a look at what is going on in ADC. The Nationals are now ready to chase out Obi, telling Obi that, Oga, if you know that you are seeking for zoning, Oga, get out. Look at the tweet there. A very popular article supporter tweeted this. He posted it on his social media in response to the request and demand and clarification that Yunusa Tanko, who is the Director General of the Obedient Movement, made yesterday. Just a simple question. Because in the Constitution, there is nothing like North and South stated out, then Obi has no case. He can only ask for this in good faith. Because the Constitution that we have does not guarantee the North and South rotation. It doesn't. And this is the position the likes of the North would always take whenever they want to grab power. Hence why they will never want a situation for us to have a full constitutional review. A constitution that will begin to protect the interests of the Christians. A constitution that will begin to say that, okay, let us rotate the power within a period of maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. They don't want it. They do not want it. We all know that Buhari never wanted to hand over the power to the South. Yes. Buhari wanted Ahmed Lawal to be the next president. He wanted Ahmed Lawal, the former Senate president, to be his successor. It was until when Tinubu began to push tribal rhetorics. Tinubu began to push agitations of Yoruba Ronus, Yoruba by God, and Yoruba nation, language. Until that very moment, he gave that word Yoruba Lokan. That was when the North began to what? Adjust. It was after that time we started seeing the likes of El-Rufai started shouting, okay, let us ensure power go back to the south. Let us ensure power go back to the south. What Mike Ozekhome demanded must be achieved. And I hope that will be achieved before 2027. Yes. Because it is not enough for Tinubu to be sending his boys, his allies, to go to social media, to go to Northern Forum, Arewa forums, to be saying that let us allow the South to continue, it is still their turn. It is not enough. We must enshrine that rotation of power in the Constitution. And this is why I agree wholeheartedly with Mike Ozekhome that the rotation of power must be constitutionalized. The open letter of Mike Ozekhome, restructure the country by reviewing and rewriting the Constitution, must be heard by the presidency. Because you see, when I take a look at the ADC, what I see is just empty shell, nothing. There's no snail, no meat in that shell. The ADC, which is the opposition vehicle, which some of us who do not support Tinubu are looking up to, with this idea that they are clamoring for no zoning, what they have is just an empty shell, no meat in it. And you know what happens? Just a little crack, it shatters. It's going to shatter. Because ADC want to take advantage of the gap in the Constitution. Because in the Constitution does not guarantee zoning, but we the people, we know that there's zoning. Then why can't we the people agree with Mike Ozekhome and so many leaders in the past, like Fakouda, like Awolowo, who have said Nigeria cannot continue to be a mere geographical expression until we all agree to be a nation. And a nation can never exist if there is no consensus within the people who are within that nation. We have never agreed to be a nation. What we have today was foisted on us by Abdul Salam. And this is why you see Abdul Salami will always be the one that will say, oh yeah, I'm going to sign peace accord though. As we go the next election, me not sign. You will never see Abdul Salami in any fora where they are talking about constitutional review. You not go see Baba there. Make a year. Gowon was asked, can Nigeria be regional? He said, no. About the talk. These are the men that they need to go. They need to leave us. Let them go. So that we will remain, go look inward and look at that constitution that this is an impediment to our progress as a people. Can we all agree now that this thing should expire? And why is Mike Ozekhome with Tinubu? Why are they so important? Because in the last public hearing of the Constitution Review, which happened exactly 5 days ago, held at Abuja, Tinubu said that the Constitution should be a living document. It shouldn't be a document that is cast on stone. As the day goes by, as the years, continue to roll over, the demands of the people, the yearnings of the people begins to what? To evolve. Hence, the Constitution must evolve. The only thing that has not evolved in this country is the Constitution. Why? Because it simply protects the interests of some people. Ngwanu. Yes. Show me any human rights lawyer, any constitutional lawyer from the north that has stood firmly in support of the constitutional change. Show me one. what you be hearing is Ozekhome, Inibeye, Falano, Agbakoba. Those are the names you be hearing. Those are the names you will hear. But one thing I know is, if with this open support of Mike Ozekhome for constitutional review, open support by Agbakoba for constitutional review, open support, or should I say open cry by the obedient camp for zoning, if Tinubu moves to constitutionalize rotation of power in that book, I am sure that everybody right there from the middle belt down to the south will support that move. And we know those that will stand against it. You know why? Because they want to continue doing what is being done today in ADC, where they are telling Obi, Oga, Meshon Ugidia, if you do not want to contest, they are challenging what are you even afraid of? Why can't you go into primaries as if the primaries will be free and fair? They think say they don't see mumu. Now today, we know say that they dollarize primaries. A man who has been involved in dollarizing primaries for over 3 to 4 cycles of election. Oh, it will not get to 2027. You go turn new leaf. Make them they play. Make them they play. I hope this constitutional review call by Ozekhome will get to the president. For whatever reasons, I hope he sees it and he begins to push for it. And that's for me. Let's listen to what Ozekhome actually said about this constitutional review. Thank you.
Physical federalism. They got power. They didn't even touch physical, much more federalism. The Yorubas restructure. The Yorubas are in power. We have not heard restructure. God bless you.
This is a very interesting topic. I will not take your time. Just to say that I've written extensively on this thematic area, restructuring. If you do not restructure Nigeria, I can tell you we will not move anywhere. You may call it different names, devolution of power, through fiscal federalism, by whatever name. The important thing is that the current system we operate is too behemoth, too elephantine, too unruling, that it can't work, can never take us to El Dorado. 67 items on the exclusive legislative list, including how your marriage is carried out and how you live with your wife in your house. It can't work. I therefore believe that this book has come at the right time, when members of the Patriots are also clamoring for this new constitutional dispensation. And without a brand new constitution, agreed to by the people after extensive debate and subjected to a national referendum, as was done to the Constitution of 10th August 1963, that birthed the Midwest region, the old Midwest region from the Western region, we cannot move anywhere. Let us not deceive ourselves. We are tottering. We are going without a compass. May God bless Nigeria as we read and digest this book and try to do the needful. Thank you all.
Good morning. Welcome back to the program. And like I've always said, what was done yesterday in the ADC by Peter Obi and his closest allies demanding for zoning, right, is the right way to go. I have seen some northern influencers saying that ADC will not be doing anything zoning, that ADC is a party that wants to unify Nigeria. The man for Obi not to leave Labour Party and join ADC in quickness, right, wherein he is asking for clarity that if he doesn't want to come, then he should stay in Labour Party or finds another platform. One thing Peter Obi must understand is Tinubu knows how to play the game with the North. If you fail, if you let them gaslight you, okay, you fail to speak your mind. Because the turn of the South by all standard is the right thing to do. I have been getting some attacks by some northern influencers who have been watching my program, calling me all manner of names. Some call me Islamophobe, some call me a tribal jingoist. It doesn't matter, because I know that Atiku is not a kid. I know. And I know that Atiku, by all standard, is very desperate. He wants to gaslight us. He wants to use our head. Mbanu. Ngwa. Mbanu. We no go leave this one. We don't go allow. The idea that the zoning in Nigeria has now become a thing will now be fully formalized. Yes. Oh yes. Because we know that Peter Obi, as at 2019, when he ran alongside Atiku, could have come out to run as a president. Tinubu could have come out to run as a presidential candidate in 2019. I saw posters, flyers of of Tinubu in 2019, wherein he put on a suit, a white shirt, and a black jacket. He held it like this. The flyers was everywhere. He called his campaign managers, his supporters base. He told them that no. Let us respect the dichotomy of this country. I am not ready to run. Who says that if Tinubu had run in 2019, if Obi had run in 2019, they would have gotten a significant vote that maybe one way or the other to have defeated Buhari? But he respected himself. The South has never, at any point in time, tried to usurp the throne of the North. No. The South has never, at any point in time, stand in the way, okay, in the rightful way or in the rightful position of the North. It has always been the way around. For those people who are criticizing me in the comment section, ask yourself this sincere question: why can't Atiku sit this one down? Because in 2014, there were so many Southern candidates who were way more competent than Buhari. Way more competent. But most of them sat down because they knew that, okay, it is still the turn of the North. And for that reason, the Southern people voted against Jonathan. Oh yes. Right from the middle Niger Delta into the Southwest, over 3.something million to 4 million people voted against Jonathan. That was why he lost that election. Because these are people of reasoning. These are people that will not come out and say they want to what? Take other people's turn. We understand that Nigeria has been programmed in a way it is turn by turn. Until we begin to talk about 6 to 8 regions